Alright guys, so I'm here to help you with the order of operations homework. I'm only going to work out 2 or 3 of these. But something to remember on all of these is Pemdas, right? P-E. So it's like, that's how we say it, because these are the steps. So step 1 is parentheses, then it's exponents, then it's multiplication or division, whichever comes first from left to right. And then it's adding or subtracting, whichever comes first left to right. So I'm going to look at my paper here, and I like to highlight or circle what I'm doing first, just so I know, what I've done and what I'm working on. So when I bring it all down again, it's easier to do that. So I have 7 times 4 divided by 2 minus 3 to the second power. So do I have a parentheses here? I don't, right? So I'm done with this step. So I'm just going to cross it off. Next is exponents. Do I have exponents? I do, which are right here, right? So let me work that out. Or actually, what I can do is bring everything else down. So I'm just going to bring it all down, right? Basically copying it. And instead of putting 3 squared, I'm going to answer that. So 3 squared is actually the same as 3 times 3. It's not 3 times 2, which is 6. It's 3 times 3, right? It means 3 times 3. If this was to the third power, it'd be 3 times 3 times 3. So it's however many times I'm going to multiply by 3. And so this one becomes 3. I'm sorry. I just did that wrong. 9. So 3 squared equals 9, right? There we go. So let's try to make it a little more clear here. So now I'm done with that step, and I'm going to go on to my next one. So do I have any more exponents? No. So I'm done with this step. Now I'm going to do multiplication or division from left to right. Do I have any multiplication or division? I have multiplication here and division here. So which one comes first? The one that's left to right, which means it's this one. So let me answer that. What is 7 times 4? That's 28. And I'm just going to rewrite everything, right? I could, let me see here. 2 minus 9, right? So that's my next thing. I just brought it down. I rewrote everything straight down. I brought my divided by 2 down and minus 9 down. So now I'm still on this step. I did multiplication left to right. Now I have to do division, right? And there is division right here. So what's 28 divided by 2? That's going to be, I'm going to turn it to a different color, 14. And I'm just going to bring down, since I worked on this right here, I should have actually put a box around it. I worked on this. This turned into this. And I'm just going to bring down what's left over, which is minus 9. So now I have 14 minus 9. And if I look over my steps, I'm done with multiplication and division because there's no more here. But I do have adding and subtraction, right? I don't have addition, but I have subtraction right here. So what's 14 minus 9? Whatever it is going to be my answer. Alright, so 14 minus 9 is 5. And that, my friends, is how it ends. You'll notice, like, I know last year we talked about, it's almost like a little carrot, right? It's like it turns like into a carrot because your answer is going to get smaller and smaller. It's continuously breaking down and getting smaller until I end up with the one number here. And that is the answer for number 1. I'm just going to have 5. That's my answer. Alright, so the next one I'm going to try is number 7. If you guys want to skip down there. And again, I start off by writing Pemdas, right? P-E-M-D is on the same line, and A-S are on the same line because it's whatever comes first for multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So let's check. Do I have a P? I do have parentheses here. But I can't just do this, right? I actually have to solve it because I have my exponents here. So now let's solve this inside the parentheses. I have 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3, which turns into 9, right? Plus whatever 5 times 5 is, which is 25. So this is still my parentheses. I'm trying to turn it into parentheses here. Let me do that. All I did is I worked out what was inside the parentheses. And then this right here, I would just bring down, right? So now I could actually work out what's inside my parentheses. What's 9 plus 25? I'm just going to put a box around this so I know what I'm working on. And 9 plus 25 is 34, right? And again, like I said, I'm just going to bring this down. There we go. I have 34 times 4 squared. So do I have any more parentheses here? I don't, so I'm done with this step. What about exponents? I do have an exponent here, right? 4 squared. So 4 squared is the same as saying 4 times 4, which becomes, and let me highlight or put a box around what I'm working on. So 4 to the power of 2, it means 4 times 4, which is 16. Ooh, sorry about that. 16, right? And again, I'm just going to bring the rest of my equation down, which was 34 times. And now I look over my list here. Do I have any exponents left? I don't, so I'm done with this step. Do I have multiplication or division? I do. I have 34 times 16. So once I work that out, I'm going to cheat and use a calculator, guys. Because we're not really working on if you guys know how to multiply and divide. We're just working on if you can follow the steps of order of operations. So I'm cheating. 34 times 16 equals 544. So that's going to be my answer here. And there we go. That's how we do Pemdas. I don't have any more things to do. I don't have adding, subtracting, multiplication, division, so I'm done. Of course, if you did want to write it out, it'd be 34 times 16 here, right? And you guys would work it out this way, and hopefully you'd get the same answer. All right, that was number 7. I decided, since I've been talking about exponents a little bit, as a refresher, I'll go over number 3 real quick. But all this is 4 to the power of 3. I have that 3 there. So it just means 4 times 4 times 4. So it's basically 4, times 4 times 4. So it's not going to be 12 like some of us might say. 4 times 3 is 12. That's not what we're doing. We're doing 4 times 4. So what is 4 times 4? Well, that's 16, right? And then if I bring down my times 4 still, this is going to be my answer. So 16 times 4. Let me see if I can work that out. Okay, so I have 4 times 6, which is 24. Bring my 2 up here. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So my answer is the same as 16 times 4, which is 64. So that's how you do this one. 4 times 3, or 4 to the power of 3 means 4 times 4 times 4. So I did 4 times 4 first, which I got 16, and then 16 times 4. And I brought this down, I got 64. That was number 3. All right, this is the last one I'm going to do. This is number 15. I have this long one, so I'm going to again write Pemdas as my little checklist here. And then I'm going to work it out. So do I have parentheses here? I sure do, right? I have it right here. I'm going to underline it this time. So I'm going to do that first. Everything else I could actually bring straight down. So if I wanted to, you guys are going to have to rewrite it, but I won't because I have a computer. So instead of 2 plus 1, which I'm going to do first, it's going to be 3, right? So that's the difference there. All right, so then next, do I have any more parentheses? I don't, right? And then, you know what, let me bring this in a little bit to bring my equation closer. So I'm done with this step. I can cross it off if I wanted to. Now I have to look at exponents. Do I have any exponents? I do. I have 2 to the power of 2. So let's work on that one. I'm just gonna, you guys can highlight it, whatever you do. And I can write it out. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. And now everything else, I'm just gonna bring straight down. Right? Okay. Now do I have any exponents left here? I don't, so I'm crossing this off. And I'm going on to my next step, which is multiplication and division. Do I have multiplication and division? I have division here and multiplication here. So which one do I do first? Well, do I do multiplication because it's on the M? Or it's on the left, right here? No. I do whichever comes first, left to right. So this one comes first, doesn't it? So I'm going to do my 21 divided by 3 first, which we all know is 7. And then I'm going to bring the rest of my equation straight down. And this time I'll rewrite it for you guys. Okay. So 7 times 5 minus 4. That's what I'm bringing down. So now I'm still on this step, because do I have any multiplication or division left? I do, right here, right? And I'm just going to circle or put a box around what I'm working on next, which is this. So what's 7 times 5? That is 35. I'm going to bring the rest of my problem down. Minus 4. And look at my steps again. Do I have multiplication and division? I don't, so I can cross this off. And now I'm going to addition and subtraction. Do I have any addition or subtraction? I have subtraction here, right? What's 35 minus 4? That is just 31. And I am officially done. Notice that my homework should look almost like a carrot. Right? Because it's getting smaller and smaller. I'm getting rid of one like little equation each time until I'm there, until I get down to one number. So that's how you do this homework. I worked out 4 of them for you guys. Hopefully that helps. If you don't, just try it and come with questions tomorrow. Remember to follow these steps: parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division, whichever shows up first, and then addition or subtraction, whichever shows up first. All right, good luck, guys.